what would you say would be the main differences between a freelancer who designs websites and a professional web design agency? I would say there's a handful of reasons, but the main ones I could think of right now would be the branding, the perception of your company, and the overall client experience, right? Because if you think about it, if a freelancer completes a WordPress website, the client logs in and they see 20 plus plugins from 20 plus different companies. Of course, that's totally okay. They're there to make the website function like how it should, right? Or versus if a client logs in and the only plugins they see are your plugins because they are branded with your name, with your logo. So that's a totally different experience when they log in and they view you as kind of like a more reputable company. And because of that, you can charge higher for your services. And since you kind of like own the plugins in a sense, you can also charge for additional services so you can make more per client. Now that is possible with Nexter. So Nexter is kind of like a 3-in-1 product. So it's a theme. There's Nexter blocks, which are Gutenberg blocks that you could use to design websites. And there is the Nexter extension, which has 22 plus unique WordPress extensions that help add additional features to websites. Now they are on Appsumo for just about 7 days only, and I primarily want to focus on license tier 3 because it unlocks the white label plugin and theme. So you can white label the plugin and the theme. So from the eyes of your clients, it looks like they are yours, you own them, so you have a potential of charging higher for your services and also upselling them the various features that the extension offers, okay? And for $189, that's actually, not too bad. A freelancer might charge maybe $1,500 for a website, but if you kind of brand yourself as more of like a larger company or a web design agency, you can charge maybe $2,000 or $2,500 for a website. So in this video, I'm going to do a full Nexter review and demo so you know whether or not this is right for your agency, your web design business. Now, by the way, if you're looking for quality, highly vetted tools that you could use to grow your business, I have my Notion doc of must-have SaaS tools for digital entrepreneurs. I update this on a frequent basis, and you can grab this for free by clicking the link down in the description below. Okay, so I created a brand new WordPress instance, and the website, there's really nothing on the website, as you could see right here. And the only thing I did was install the Nexter theme, and this theme is completely free. This will allow us to use the Nexter blocks to help build the website more easily, and it'll make sure the elements look the way they should. Now, when it comes to the plugins, as you can see here, there really aren't any plugins. There's these two that were automatically installed. We have the free version of Nexter blocks, and we have the Nexter blocks Pro. So this plugin is used to design your website. And then for the extension, we have the free Nexter extension and then the extensions Pro. So this includes like 50 plus features that you can toggle on for your website. And then you also notice this W design kit. So I don't think you necessarily need this, but when you install the Nexter blocks, they kind of encourage you to download the W design kit. It's totally free. It has starter templates, patterns. There's also a cloud workspace and a widget builder. So it basically makes it easier for you to sift through the various templates and patterns and widgets to build your website. So these are the only plugins that I have. So I'm going to go into Nexter blocks, and I first want to show you the white label option. So under extra options, you have white label. And since I have tier 3, I can white label this entire plugin. So I can put my name, all of my company information, and this will replace the Nexter branding. So let me do that right now. My company name is called Lead Tagger. So I'm just gonna say Lead Tagger Blocks Pro. And for the description, I'm gonna say a collection of blocks to build your website. And the developer name, I'm just gonna put my company, so Lead Tagger LLC. And this is my website. And we can also upload the logo as well. So I'm gonna select this photo and upload that. And now we need the plugin name for the free version. So instead of Pro, I'm just gonna type in free. And for the description, I'm gonna use the same description right here. Now for blocks, I'm gonna say basic blocks. And then for the Pro version, I'm gonna say advanced blocks, okay? Just to kind of differentiate the two. And then it comes from, the same company, or more accurately, the agency, and the same URL. And this is where the magic comes in, okay? So we have the option to hide all help links so the client can't communicate with Nexter. We can also hide all plugin update related news, hide recommended plugin ads, hide the starter templates tab, hide the license key tab, hide the rollback tab as well. And this part is important. Enable force disable options. So when you enable this, it will remove this white label button right here. So when a client comes in, they won't see all of these, including the important white label. So it will look as if this is totally your company's plugin. Now for this video, I'm just gonna uncheck it because I do want to kind of show you all of the features of this tool, but I do want to keep the, the other branding elements. So I'm going to click on Save Setting, and here we go. So we see our logo here, and we have the name, so Lead Tagger Blocks Pro. Now let's go to the Nexter extension, and let's do the same. So I'm going to go to Extra Options, click on White Label, and fill out this form. Okay, so I have the brand name, the theme name, as well, the description. I added my company logo. I included the name for the free version of this extension, including the Pro version. And same as the Nexter blocks, we also have the option to hide all help links, hide all plugin update news, ads, the license key tab, the rollback tab, and we can enable the force disable options, which will hide this white label button. Now I'm going to click on save, and we are all set. So now we have our company logo and our name. So on the left-hand side, you could see our two branded plugins right over here. Now, if we go to the plugins view, as you could see, this is the Lead Tagger Blocks free version and the Pro version, and the free extension and our Pro extension. You could also see the company listed out right here, the description that we included. And we also have links to like the help docs and the tutorials because I didn't check those to be removed, but you can remove all of these other links as well. So now when a client logs in, they look at this, it looks a lot more professional, right? Of course, it's not absolutely necessary, but when they see your company there and they see, oh, Lead Tagger has their own WordPress plugins, it just improves your overall brand perception. And that way you can charge more for these WordPress websites, or at least you can position yourself to charge more for your services. And also for the theme as well, you can see the name of the theme. And I think this image can definitely be improved. You could have a much better screenshot of the theme right here. But regardless, this clearly is my theme, and it's not a theme from a different company. It's something that, me and my developers created. Okay, so as you could see, this is the very standard Nexter theme, the base look of everything. So now let's build our website, okay? So I'm going to start with the Lead Tagger Blocks Pro. These are all of the various blocks. There are currently 23 total blocks. You can enable all of them, and I do recommend enabling all of them just so that you have all of the features. And if you select a template that has any of these blocks, you can make sure that they are accessible whenever you install those other templates. So I always like to enable all of the blocks. Of course, you don't have to. So these are all of the essential blocks here. So there is the carousel, Google Maps, images, info box, and you could see which ones are free. You could see which ones are pro, so table of contents. We have access to that obviously because we are on the pro. We have tier 3 of the Appsumo deal. So we do have access to the table of contents. And then for the creative blocks, there are a total of 25. So we have the audio player, before and after, so on and so forth. These are all of the tabbed blocks. There's social blocks, even advanced blocks as well, like advanced chart, animated service boxes, listings. We have the form builder, navigation menu builder, extra blocks as well, like global tooltip, mouse parallax, 3D tilt, and then blocks from the W design kit, which are all free. So tons of different blocks that you can add to your website to make it look and function the way you want. Now for the WordPress templates, there's a variety of templates you can choose from. Now, if I click on Open Templates, it'll open up the W Design Kit plugin where you can more easily kind of view all of the templates. You can sort and filter on the left-hand side. So we have access to not only the free, but also the pro templates as well. And there's 3 different template types, okay? There's page kits. So page kits are essentially entire websites that could also include other WordPress plugins. Like say, for example, Rank Math, it'll automatically install plugins like Rank Math. So you essentially have a website in a box, essentially. So you can literally create an entire website in minutes. They also have individual full pages and then sections as well. So as a web design agency, you could build all types of websites. Let's look for a dentist. They have all of these dentist templates here. Now let's go to page kits. So there's 3 page kits for dentists. There's the Care, Pro, and the Pulse styles. Let's search for doctor. Let's see if they have doctor templates. Yep, so they have this Cure Hub, MedClinic Pro 1 and Lite versions. Let's see if they have something like plumber. Okay, no plumber. How about solar? Okay, no solar templates. So I wish they did include more templates. I think what they currently have is adequate though. You know, you can use any of these templates and then of course switch out the content to make it fit whatever your client wants. You can also filter by like the agency, page kits. They have WooCommerce, or actually they don't have WooCommerce page kits, unfortunately. Let's see, creative kit. They have creative style like SaaS, so on and so forth. So various different page kits here. So let's build a dentist website in a matter of minutes. Okay, so let's see which one I like. So since this is a page kit, it'll basically install all of the pages to build an entire website. Okay, so I'm gonna click here, but I kind of do like this Pulse. I do like these elements here at the very top. This kind of looks good. There's a form here. There's a gallery, general services, the team. So yeah, I think this looks good. So I'm gonna put the site name, Miles of Smiles Dentistry. And then for the tagline, I'm just gonna say, making your smiles healthier. Okay, and then you can click on next. And then this is where you choose what your site needs. So you can select the features you want and we'll set them up for you automatically. So we have the design, we can't uncheck that. If it's e-commerce, you can incorporate e-commerce features. Also dynamic content, performance, security, and extras. I'm gonna leave these unchecked because I don't want it to install other plugins right now. And then let's click on next. And now let's have it set up our website. Okay, so you could see it's setting up all of these pages, the homepage, portfolio, career, so on and so forth, including the header and the footer. Okay, so our website is ready. Now let's preview it. And here we go. So we have our entire website that was built in a matter of minutes. So now all we do is just switch out all of this content. I think overall the layout looks pretty good. Of course, it's not the most advanced design out there, but I think for local businesses, agencies that work with small businesses, mid-sized businesses, this template or these types of templates will be perfectly fine. They also have this kind of like timeline feature as well, which I think is pretty cool. And then the footer. So if you want to preview this dental website, I'm actually going to leave a link to my website down in the description below, so you can check it out, play around with it to see whether or not Nexter is truly right for you. Now I want to talk about the extensions plugin. So right now we are in the extensions. This includes the theme builder. So this is where you can create and design the footer, the header, the author page, and the category pages. So they are consistent across all of the pages on your website. And if you have code snippets, you can add those code snippets right over here. So right now they automatically included 5 different code snippets, and the status, they're currently off. But if you want to toggle those snippets on, you can just basically toggle them on like this. Now for the utilities, there's a variety of utilities. So you can toggle on the Adobe fonts. So you can connect your Adobe Typekit project ID to use Adobe fonts on your website. You can also upload custom fonts you have. There's a handful of new utilities like the taxonomy term order, the admin role switcher, and the WordPress debug mode. And for performance, I really like this, disable image sizes. So one thing that I really don't like about WordPress is whenever you upload an image, it creates multiple size versions of that image. Now this option will actually allow you to disable image sizes. So when you upload an image, that will be the only image that's on your WordPress website and not like, 7 or so other images. Okay, so you can disable the thumbnail size, the medium size, large size, so on and so forth. And this will help with saving space and also the speed and the performance of your website. So it's really important that you disable image sizes that you won't be using. And you can also automatically resize large, newly uploaded images to smaller dimensions and delete the files as well. There's also a heartbeat control, which will lower the CPU by limiting heartbeat API. And there's also a list of security features as well. There is a CAPTCHA. You can also have a custom login URL, 2-factor authentication, so on and so forth. So really with this extension, you are replacing like 20 plus, 50 plus other WordPress plugins, and many of those plugins are paid plugins. So really for $189, or it could be, $49 for one site, I think you are saving tons of money with this Appsumo lifetime deal. You can also update the admin interface as well. So you can clean the admin bar, display active plugins first, so on and so forth. So since I toggled on the display active plugins first, if you go to plugins, all of the active ones are displayed first. So pretty neat. Now let me show you how you can update a page. So right off the bat, we have 8 published pages automatically, right, for our dentist website. Let's view the front page. So this is our front page. If we want, we can edit the footer and the header, right, by clicking on any of these right here. We can also edit the page. Now this is using the Gutenberg editor, okay? This is one way to make your site as light and also as fast as possible. So we aren't using Divi, which is what I use. I've used since 2016. There's also the Beaver Builder and Theme and Elementor as well. But this one is totally built with Gutenberg. So if you want to edit anything, you can click on it, view the options on the right-hand side. So these are the various button layouts. We can turn it to this more block style, or maybe this one where if you hover over it, you could see how it kind of changes color like that. Or do the original style 8, where if you hover over it, it'll kind of change like that. And then you can add the link right here. You can also enable pop-up on click as well. And then you can select the template. And then for this number counter, I can update the digits. So I can say like 10K, final number 15. And then for the satisfaction percentage, let's go to digits, start with, I don't know, like a 10, like that, click on save. So now if we preview it, you can see the numbers kind of jump up, right? So you could see there, so pretty cool. And then if we want to add additional blocks, we can click on this blocks inserter. And these are all of the Nexter blocks right here. So tons of other blocks we can choose from. There's a hover card, an icon, info box, so on and so forth. And then these are the regular Gutenberg blocks that everyone has access to. And then these are the theme specific blocks right here. So if you are a freelancer and you want to present yourself as more of an established brand and also charge more for your services and also upsell services as well. Maybe you can have like a monthly like maintenance plan. Before, that's what I actually did. I had clients where I kind of monthly maintain their WordPress website. And what you can do is install the white label Nexter extension, and then you can just make sure your client's WordPress websites are maintained on the monthly basis. So I think the white label plugin and theme is definitely the way to go if that is your goal, to present your company in a more professional way, to charge more for your services and let clients know that you have your own WordPress infrastructure, your own WordPress plugins that you can install on their website to maintain them and add any types of performance features, safety features, so on and so forth. So go ahead and try it out. Now you only have 7 days as of this recording, so grab it if you are interested.